Day 2 started with Starbucks. Thank you, Alyssa, because let's be honest, we didn't sleep much the night before, and coffee is life. And we headed off to our next destination, a tourist trap called Bear Country, USA. We drove through the zoo and got to see deer and elk and all kinds of things. The trouble didn't start until we got to the bear enclosure.
No, stop it! No. Bear, come on, we can reason with this bear. Come on, we can reason. Don't hit it.
Look,
Once we got past the guard bear, we watched the bears eat, bathe, and play. The kids loved the bears. This particular zoo also had a walk-through zoo, which we did because the park was pretty much empty. Addie went through and put masks on all the bears. We saw badgers and groundhogs and all kinds of things. The kids really loved watching the baby bears climb the tree. Despite the fact that this is a tourist trap, we had so much fun. Then we got on the road to our real destination. The drive was great until this point. When we hit the dirt road, I was scared that our GPS had led us wrong. But much to my relief, we were on the right road and heading towards the Badlands. We were absolutely not prepared for everything that we were going to see in the Badlands. We absolutely were in awe that there could be so many different kinds of terrain and plant life in such a place. It was quite the adventure. Here are some of our favorite parts. Despite the fact that Ashton and I had done a school project on Badlands National Park when he was in 3rd grade, we had no idea what we were in for. We saw mountain goats and bison and so many prairie dogs. Not to mention, it seemed like every mile that we drove, the terrain changed. We were so in awe and stopped to take pictures at all of the different zones. We were so surprised that social distancing was so easy here in South Dakota. It seems like even though this is a huge tourist spot that brings in people from all over the world, not only were there very few people in the areas that we were in, but also everyone was super respectful. I don't think that we ever got within 6 foot of another person. It was such a cool day. After this part of the trip, we sat down and had a picnic lunch, and the kids told us some of their favorite things.
My favorite thing this trip was Bear Country.
Why?
Because we got to see a lot of animals that we probably wouldn't got to see without that.
All of it because I can't decide which one I like the most.
I liked a lot of it. I really thought that Mount Rushmore would be my very favorite because I waited since I was a little kid to go. But honestly, I have loved everything about this trip. And honestly, the Badlands have been phenomenal. What was your favorite thing this trip? Nothing? You don't like any of it? You're mad? Why are you mad? What, you're mad at me? Tell me why. Despite the fact that we never figured out why Alexander was mad at me, we did a quick photo session after lunch on these big hills. The kids thought it was really funny. No children were injured in this activity. And then we headed out to the last of 2 stops that we had. Addison was very scared of the fact that there was a rattlesnake sign here. You guys will be relieved to know there were no rattlesnakes spotted. And this wraps up our trip to Badlands National Park. It was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And this is where it gets good. On our way home in Wyoming, we stopped at a rest area and saw what we thought was a moth. However, under close examination, we did determine once I was literally 12 inches away from this creature that it was a bat. And the kids laughed about that the rest of the way home. Thanks for coming on our adventure with us. I hope you enjoyed.